Once upon a time, in the glittering city of Starlight, where towering glass buildings reflected the glow of endless chandeliers and the streets shimmered even at midnight, there lived a girl named Isabella. Starlight was a city that never slept, a place where wealth whispered from every corner and luxury was woven into the very air people breathed. Among all its grand residents, Isabella stood out as one of the most privileged. She lived in a sprawling mansion perched on a hill overlooking the city, its gates crafted from wrought gold, its walls adorned with marble imported from distant lands. From the moment she was born, Isabella had been surrounded by abundance. Her parents, immensely wealthy industrialists, believed love was best expressed through gifts, comfort, and indulgence. If Isabella admired a necklace in a shop window, it would be waiting for her at home before sunset. If she complained of boredom, an extravagant trip or a lavish party was arranged within hours. Servants attended to her every need, and tutors were hired and dismissed at her whim. As she grew older, she never learned the meaning of restraint or gratitude. The world existed to please her, and she accepted this as an unshakable truth. Isabella grew into a stunning young woman. Her flowing blonde hair cascaded down her back like liquid gold, and her piercing blue eyes seemed to sparkle with the same brilliance as the jewels she wore. Wherever she went, heads turned. People admired her beauty openly, some with awe, others with envy. Isabella was fully aware of the effect she had on others and used it effortlessly. A smile could persuade, a glance could command, and a gentle laugh could disarm even the most guarded hearts. Yet beneath her charm lay a cold indifference. She cared little for the emotions of those around her, seeing people as temporary ornaments in her already perfect life. Her days followed a predictable rhythm of extravagance. Mornings began with leisurely breakfasts served on silver trays, followed by hours of shopping in exclusive boutiques where clerks greeted her by name. Afternoons were filled with spa treatments, private lessons she rarely paid attention to, and social visits that revolved around gossip and appearances. Nights belonged to lavish parties, where crystal glasses clinked, music echoed through grand halls, and Isabella basked in admiration like sunlight. She laughed often, but her laughter rarely reached her eyes. Despite the constant attention and luxury, an unspoken emptiness lingered within her. It crept into her thoughts during quiet moments, when the mansion felt too large and too silent. No dress, no jewel, no admirer could fill the hollow space she refused to acknowledge. She dismissed the feeling as boredom, convincing herself that she simply needed more excitement, more novelty, more indulgence. One afternoon, while strolling through an exclusive shopping district lined with marble pathways and velvet-draped windows, Isabella entered a boutique known for its refined elegance rather than flamboyance. As she browsed absent-mindedly, her gaze fell upon a young man working behind the counter. His name was Lucas, though she did not know it yet. He was striking, not because of flashy charm or exaggerated confidence, but because of his calm presence. His movements were deliberate, his expression composed, and his eyes held a quiet depth that intrigued her. Lucas greeted her politely, offering assistance without fawning or awe. He did not compliment her appearance or rush to fulfill her requests. Instead, he treated her as he would any other customer, with courtesy and professionalism. Isabella was unsettled. She was accustomed to admiration, to people bending over backward to please her. His indifference sparked a strange curiosity within her, one she had never felt before. Determined to unravel this mystery, Isabella began visiting the boutique daily. Each day, she arrived dressed more elegantly than before, choosing outfits designed to captivate attention. She laughed louder, smiled wider, and flirted more boldly, yet Lucas remained unchanged. He responded kindly but distantly, never encouraging her advances. The more he resisted, the stronger her obsession grew. It was no longer about attraction alone, it was about control. She wanted what she could not have. As days turned into weeks, Isabella found herself thinking of Lucas constantly. The emptiness she once ignored now sharpened into frustration. Why did he not fall for her charm like everyone else? Why did his gaze never linger? When she finally summoned the courage to invite him to one of her extravagant parties, she expected hesitation or excitement. Instead, Lucas surprised her by accepting calmly. The night of the party arrived, and Isabella spared no expense. The mansion glowed with golden lights, music drifted through the air, and guests filled every corner with laughter and conversation. Isabella watched the entrance eagerly, anticipation tightening her chest. When Lucas arrived, he was not alone. By his side stood a young woman named Sophie. Sophie's beauty was gentle rather than striking. Her eyes were warm, her smile sincere, and her presence radiated a quiet confidence. She wore a simple dress that paled in comparison to the designer gowns around her, yet she seemed entirely at ease. Isabella felt an unexpected pang of discomfort. Lucas introduced Sophie as his girlfriend, and Isabella forced a polite smile, masking her shock. Throughout the evening, Isabella observed Lucas and Sophie from a distance. Their interactions were natural and affectionate, filled with shared glances and soft laughter. They listened to each other attentively, their connection evident in every small gesture. Isabella felt something unfamiliar stir within her, envy. Not for Sophie's appearance or possessions, but for the love and contentment that seemed to bind her and Lucas together. As the party drew to a close, Isabella found herself alone amidst the grandeur. For the first time, her mansion felt hollow. The laughter echoed without warmth, and the lights seemed harsh rather than beautiful. That night, she lay awake, staring at the ceiling, haunted by the realization that despite everything she owned, she lacked what truly mattered. In the days that followed, Isabella's world began to shift. She no longer found joy in shopping sprees or parties. The emptiness she once ignored now demanded attention. Reflecting on her life, she saw the superficiality of her actions and the loneliness she had cultivated. For the first time, she questioned who she was beneath the silks and jewels. Driven by an unfamiliar desire for meaning, Isabella began volunteering at a local charity. It was a modest place, far removed from the glamour she was accustomed to. At first, she felt awkward and out of place, unsure of how to interact without wealth or beauty as shields. Yet as she spent time there, she met people whose lives were marked by struggle and resilience. They valued kindness, effort, and sincerity, qualities Isabella had rarely practiced. Gradually, she began to change. She listened more and spoke less. She learned to empathize, to care, to give without expecting anything in return. The joy she felt from helping others was unlike any pleasure she had known before. It filled the emptiness within her with warmth and purpose. One evening, while volunteering at a community event, Isabella encountered Lucas and Sophie again. This time, Lucas noticed the transformation in her demeanor. Her smile was softer, her eyes more genuine. He spoke to her openly, expressing admiration for her efforts. Isabella felt a quiet pride, not because of his approval, but because she knew she was becoming someone better. Over time, Lucas introduced Isabella to more meaningful activities. Art workshops, community projects, quiet moments of reflection. Sophie, too, welcomed Isabella with kindness, and the two women formed an unexpected friendship. Through Sophie, Isabella learned humility, patience, and gratitude. As months passed, Isabella shed her spoiled and superficial ways. The mansion no longer felt like a prison, but a place she could use to bring people together meaningfully. She hosted gatherings not for admiration, but for connection. Her laughter became genuine, her relationships deeper. Isabella came to understand that true happiness was not found in material wealth or fleeting romances, but in genuine connections and a sense of purpose. Her journey from a spoiled and shallow girl to a compassionate and fulfilled woman became an inspiration throughout Starlight. People spoke of her not for her beauty or riches, but for her kindness and generosity. And so, in a city defined by glitter and excess, Isabella's story stood as a quiet reminder that even the brightest jewels cannot outshine a sincere heart, and that it is never too late to change, to grow, and to find true happiness. Don't forget to subscribe our channel.